Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Peace. I'm with the Footsteps to Peace. I'm a psychic astrologer and an intuitive life coach. If you are interested in a personal reading, please feel free to check the description box down below. There you will find a link to my website, thefootstepstopeace.com. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And hit the notification bell so you can be updated the next time I post another video. Well, today is Saturday, and we all know that I do my love readings on Saturdays. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine journey. I went ahead and pulled a couple of cards, and the first card that we came out with was the Pin. And it says new job or career, and the second card is happiness. So I do feel like this divine feminine or masculine is working on, or both even, is working on a new job and career. I feel like they're working on making themselves happy, okay? I do feel like, you know, it's something that I feel like if they're working on a new job, it was because they were unhappy in their last one, and they needed to find what truly makes them feel good about the things that they're doing, all right? Whether this is you or them, put the roles wherever it fits for the both of you, okay? You know your role in the situation. So I do feel like, you know, this person is working on their finances. They're working on you know, just their bliss at this time, okay? I feel like that is so important when we find our own happiness before we come into union with our divine partner. You know, because then you don't have things to bitch about, all right? Whenever we come into a relationship, we don't want to be in a relationship, like start one out where it's like, we can't stand our job, we can't stand our coworkers, you know, we can't stand the people. You don't need all that drama to sit around and talk about. There's other things that you guys could be talking about. So you want to keep it really positive, because that's what's really going to make you both happy, is when the other party is happy. So I do feel like the divine masculine is working on his career. And like I said, if you take on the role of the divine masculine, then I'm talking about you. All right, so Spirit, can you please show me the divine masculine, divine feminine, their love reading? I'm doing a love reading. Spirit, what can we talk to them about love? Today is May 22nd. Happy new moon in Gemini. So the new moon in Gemini is all about communications. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so it's all about fast-paced communications. And so hopefully you guys are working on coming into some form of communication. I think that communication needs to be had. I think a lot of you guys haven't had any communication from your divine partner, okay? Spirit, please show me love reading, masculine and feminine love reading. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? We got 3 cards that wanted to come out. Going the Distance, Treasure Island, and New Life. So like I said, I do feel like one or the both of you guys is really going after a new life. I feel like, you know, there's been a lot going on in our lives, and, you know, it's been really hard to find happiness with all the, you know, heaviness. But I feel like if you can just continue going and moving forward into your happiness, into your bliss, working on the things that you need to be working on, I do feel like, you know, this person is working on passion projects. You know, I do see a house here. Maybe they're building a house. And I feel like, you know, they're trying to get to the finish line. They're getting ready to pounce over. So I do feel like, you know, this person is working on a new life that is going to be based on true happiness, true bliss, true excitement. You know, you've got the number 11, the number 9, and the number 39. So those could be relevant in your life. You know, I do feel like you guys are being guided by the Ascended Masters as well when you've got the 11 card here. And it's telling me to tell you not to give up. Go the distance, okay? So this card, excuse the lighting in here, guys. It is the night before. I'm doing this on the new moon on the what's today? The 22nd. So I'm sorry, tomorrow's the 23rd. And so, but it's saying that you need to go the distance. I feel like, you know, with this new job, with this new passion project, with it's really going to take you guys into a new life. I do feel like this person has you in mind as they're moving forward, okay? Maybe you don't know that yet because it hasn't quite gotten here, because I do see that it hasn't quite crossed over the finish line, okay? So I do feel like communication is coming in at some point. Maybe it just hasn't gotten here yet. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards and just kind of see where this goes. So really good reading to start off with, you know. I feel like, you know, we're all looking at our jobs right now, and I think that it's just, do you love what you're doing? Because you need to do what you're passionate about, right? Because who wants to talk to a significant other every time they come home from work bitching about the things that they're doing? Not I, you know, like that conversation can only be had so many times. So we want to have new things that make us happy. We want to be manifesting our happiness, not these negative things, right? If you're not happy with where you are, change it. Spirit, please show me the masculine. Show me one card for the masculine and one, well, masculine got 2 cards, a time to give rather than to take, and it's time to take action, and that's showing up under going the distance. So I feel like in the past, the divine masculine maybe was taking, okay? It's kind of like the runner-chaser dynamic, where the divine masculine is always, you know, they take and take and take. They only take what they want, and then, you know, they push the rest to the side, so it's like this breadcrumbing, right? And the other one is it's time to take action, and it's right underneath the going the distance card. All right. So I do feel like you could be working with a Virgo or an Aries here. Those are the 2 cards that I'm seeing in the Moonology deck. Let's pull a couple for the divine feminine real quick. I think this divine masculine realizes, excuse me, I think that this masculine realizes their role in all of this. I think that the masculine realizes that in the past, he was taking, you know, maybe he took a lot of your energy. Maybe he, you know, wouldn't take action, wouldn't move forward. You didn't know where you stood with this person. I feel like this person took a lot of your time, your energy, you know, and I don't think that he really gave back a whole lot. So he's being asked to start giving of his energy, maybe reaching out there and taking action and having this conversation, okay? I think that this divine masculine really needs to go the distance in this. Now, the feminines on your side, underneath the new life, okay, is bring love into the situation. So if you have been, you know, and it talks about the happiness card over here. So I feel like the feminines are really working on their happiness. I think that they're working on self-love. I think that, you know, they, because I think in the past, this feminine was pouring from an empty cup. And I think that they've poured that love right back into themselves, because I feel like in the past, see, here's a feminine, and this could be a Virgo. They're overgivers, you know, they'll give you, they're loyal, but, you know, they don't expect anything in return. So a lot of the time they don't get anything in return. Okay. So I do want to say that, I think that the feminine is really learned to pull back her energy and, has given that love to herself. I think that this feminine has also been working on creating a new life for herself. I feel like this feminine is just feeling absolutely wonderful and feeling vulnerable. Look at kind of how they look a lot alike. This is 2 different decks. She's all dressed in purple. So I do feel, and then this card is purple as well. So the purple tells me that, she is really tapped into the divine, and the feminines are all about the heart chakra to the crown chakra, and the purple is that crown chakra. So I really think that she is really downloading messages from spirit, and she's ready to start a new life with or without the masculine. So I feel like if this masculine doesn't take action at some point, she's just going to move on. I feel, because this is what is in between them, Treasure Island. And I feel like they need to understand that they are both each other's treasure, you know, and the universe is trying, you know, if they would just go with the flow. See here, it's going with the flow. I feel like the two of them really could make a home together. And it's funny because, like, I feel this is going towards the masculine side. I feel like the feminine is trying to go towards the masculine, and the masculine is trying to get to the feminine, all right? So, but the feminines, I feel, are kind of doing really well on their own, because I'm looking at these two feminines here, and like this feminine has her back turned, and she's just like, whatever, you know? And then this one is just feeling vibrant and feeling healthy, feeling good about herself, feeling sexy, feeling confident. So I do, like, I just feel like this is really, really good energy. This is the kind of energy that we want to have going into a divine union. You know, this isn't a bunch of distorted energy. I do feel like the both of them have really learned lessons, and I think it has everything to do with what is going to make them happy. Okay? So one more for the feminine spirit, one more for the feminines. Any more cards for the feminine spirit? Any other messages that the feminine? So feminines, if you are, you know, feeling like, where is my masculine? I bring love into the situation. Again, continue working on yourself, what you need to be working on for you. The masculine will hopefully be there soon. Next card that just flew out. Okay, ladies, I just said end of a tough cycle approaches. So again, we have this full moon in Capricorn. So I do feel like, you know, if this has been a tough cycle where, you know, you have literally been, you know, being patient with this divine masculine, I do feel like it is almost, you're almost nearing the end. You know, everybody is on a different wave, so I can't tell you who is who, you know, because timing is fluid, and it depends on how long it takes for you to learn your lessons and whatever it is that you need to learn. If you have all your focus in, you know, on one scenario, and you're not like getting the things done and learning the lessons that you need to learn, it's going to take you longer to get to this point, okay? So again, it really just depends on where you're at in all of this energy, all right? So let's get a few more cards to the masculine. So let's find out, what does the divine masculine want to, let's see. What does the divine masculine feel in his heart about the divine feminine? Okay, well, he wanted to talk. The divine masculine is saying he is working on forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. I think that the reason why the masculine was going through this distorted energy, and it says, you know, it's a time to give rather than to take, I feel that this divine masculine was basing his love story off of his past, okay? So I feel like, you know, past failed relationships, you know, disappointments from the past, you know, I just feel like it was a lot of distorted energy, and I feel like, you know, if there was an argument with this feminine, you know, I think that this feminine walked away, okay? She was like, I'm going the distance. Like, I'm going over here because this is what I'm looking for. I am looking for a relationship. I'm looking for love. And so I think that the feminine went over to go create a new life for herself. So I do want to say that I think that the masculine needs to forgive the feminine, and I think that he needs to forgive his role. I do feel like, look at this, I feel like he is needing to defend her. I think that she has already asked for forgiveness, and he's been on the fence the entire time on whether or not. But I think, again, where it says it's time to give rather than to take, I think that he has been forgiven in his scenario of what he did, maybe his inaction, okay? And I think that he's been forgiven, but I feel like the divine masculine is still holding on to the energy, the distorted energy. My nose just started itching. So again, what is the divine masculine? And I asked, what is the divine masculine feeling in his heart? And here's another one. So I do feel like that while this masculine has been working about forgiving and learning, I think that the masculine has realized that he wants to take action on calling in his soulmate. It says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring the two of you together. So I do feel like that this masculine has realized that this is a divine partnership. It defies all odds. And I think that he wants to start giving to his feminine. I think that he has been working on building a future for his feminine, working on his happiness, so that he can create a new life for the two of you. And one more card for the masculine. What does the masculine feel in his heart for the divine feminine? Okay. What does the divine masculine feel in his heart? Oh, there we go. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. I do feel like this masculine has realized that it's because it says it's time to take action. I don't think that in the past this masculine could make the decision to be able to move forward because they were working on this, the forgiving and learning, having to forgive all the, the trials and tribulations from their past. And then, after they've done the healing, then they can go ahead and give of themselves. I feel like, and then learn also how to trust, because at the bottom of the deck, the masculine has trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. I think that because of him working on his forgiving and learning, I feel like he has had a lot of trust issues. And I think I said that earlier. If I didn't, I'm saying it now. This person has a lot of trust issues. I think that in the past, this masculine has been taken advantage of, hurt, cheated on, lied to, and just rejected. I think that this person is afraid of rejection. But I do feel like this person has come out of that energy, has been working on their self-confidence, especially if they've gotten a new job or a new passion project or something that they're working on is making them feel really good. Something that they're building is making them feel really good about themselves, that they are starting to take this situation a little more seriously and decide on what it is that they want. And they know that it has been worth the wait. So I do feel like you have angels, because you've got a couple of angels here in both of these cards. I do feel like the angels are guiding the two of you, and the divine is guiding the two of you back together again, because I do see again the turtle with his little house on his back, and he's going towards the masculine, and the masculine is like leaping to get to the feminine, right? And it's this cougar or whatever this is, leopard or whatever, is like literally hop, skip, and a jump over towards the feminine. So again, masculine, good job working on your trust issues. I think that this masculine realizes that it is time to take action. The signs that I am seeing here now are the Virgo, the Aries, Aquarius, and Capricorn. So if you have that as your sun, moon, or rising, or you're working with either of those, this could be an additional message for any of you guys. But like I said, it doesn't have to be. You could just be taking on these energies, okay? So don't get stuck on the sun signs or rising, moon, zodiac, period, okay? Spirit, please show me, what do the feminines feel in their heart for the divine masculine? The feminines in their heart for the divine masculine. Whoa, okay, that card wanted to come out. So theirs is paying attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So I do feel like, I think the feminines are unsure on whether or not they're even going to trust the masculine again, because it's saying above that it's all about bringing love into the situation. But I do feel like, the masculine, the feminines are trying to decide on whether or not they're going to want to walk or go back into this. I feel like the feminines need to keep an open mind. Their soulmate may differ from their usual type and expectations. And I think that that's maybe why, the feminines are I think that they're a little more untrusting at this time, on whether or not, because it has been such a tough cycle for the feminines, and the feminines are creating this new life. And I don't think that they're wanting the masculine to come back and treat them the way that they did, because I think the feminines gave so much of themselves in the past, and my nose is starting to itch, that they're afraid of it being as an imbalance again, and that the masculines are going to come back in and do what they already have done in the past. So I do want to give the masculines a little bit of a warning. I wouldn't come back in with the same energy that you left with. Okay, so if you are trying to manifest this feminine back. And this is vice versa. Like I said, take on whatever role it is. I don't think they're going to be as forgiving, and I think that they're going to be a little more leery. But the feminines, you're going to need to bring love into the situation, and this is all about unconditional love, okay? And I do feel like, you know, feminines, I think it is on the feminine side, so I'm just going to go with it. You have given away a lot of your power in the past to your masculines. And I think that, you know, you overgave. I think that, you know, I think that you were very loving, and it just was who you were. But this masculine did not reciprocate. So at this point, I think that it's time that you allow the masculine to come to you. Again, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I think that this person, again, was looking at you like you were their past, okay? And I think that they're asking for forgiveness as well. You need to make sure that if this person does come back in, that you guys sit down and have a conversation about what you went through in the past, and make sure that you set the healthy boundaries so this doesn't reoccur, because you need to pay attention to the red flags here, right? Just because you're all loving and everything doesn't mean that you turn a blind eye to negative behavior. So if they come back in as the distorted masculine like they were in the past, and you're seeing signs of that person, you better nip it in the butt real quick, okay, feminines? And one last thing, again, it goes back to oh, you got two. You deserve love and finances and career. We keep getting these repeater cards, and getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens, and that includes your boundaries. See, a lot of the times, feminines, what you do is you allow these masculines to overstep your boundaries because you're afraid of them not being there. Listen, anything that is meant for you will never pass you by. The person that is supposed to be there with you will respect your boundaries, and they won't overstep them no matter what. So you want to make sure that you realize that you deserve love, you are lovable, and that you are not going to undervalue yourself anymore. Like, you need to step up your game, okay? And expect powerful change. Expect the other person to show up halfway. We're not looking to walk behind somebody or, you know, or in front of them. We want them to stand beside us, right? So we don't need that distorted energy. Feminines, another thing you are wanting, you know, in your heart, you have also been working on your finances and career. I say that you have been working on your own happiness. I feel like this has a lot to do with you gaining your own stability, and I want to say congratulations, feminines. You're doing a wonderful job. I think that if this person this person does come back in, I think that you guys need to learn to get to know one another on a deeper level. I think that you need to put it all on the table, and I feel like I feel like you guys are working on creating a new life with one another. So this is so nice to actually start seeing some momentum after the few readings that I've done where it just didn't feel like we were getting anywhere. So this is amazing, you guys. This is really awesome. I feel like I feel like a really high vibe right now. It feels wonderful. I'm just gonna say, you know, pay attention to your negative self-talk, ladies. Again, bring love into the situation, and that means back to you, okay? So, yeah, really good reading, you guys. All right, so I'm thinking about making an offer. Okay, so I didn't ask masculine or feminine, but I do want to say, because I've been doing the masculine first, and I am seeing the masculines going the distance and realizing that it's a time for them to give rather than to take, and it is time for them to take action. I'm going to say I think the masculine is thinking about definitely extending an offer to you, maybe an offer for a date, an offer for maybe a drive. You know, I see the turtle, you know, maybe to the beach, maybe to because I am seeing water here as well. She's pouring water. I feel like you need to, I think that you should entertain the idea. You know, it's depending on who it is, you guys. I can't say that for everybody. All right, Spirit, what does the masculine want to say to the feminine? What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? These cards just fly all over. All right. I let my doubts and fears get the best of me. Okay. So that's why he's asking for forgiveness as well. And he has also had to learn how to forgive himself, because I think that he is his own worst critic. And I think that because of his distorted energy in the past, I feel like, and that's the thing. I just posted today on my own Facebook page. I was saying, forgiveness should never be taken off the table. You can, you should forgive no matter what, whether you choose to keep this person in your life or not. Either way, forgiveness should always still. We should always forgive for our own well-being, and not for the other person's, okay? So what does the masculine want to say to the feminine? What does the masculine want the feminine to know, Spirit? Masculines, what do you want to tell the feminines? Oh, here we go. Masculines are very jumpy. I never expected to feel this way about you. This masculine, like I said earlier, he knows that you are the one, okay? He didn't expect to fall in love with you the way that he did, but, that's how it happens. It just kind of sneaks up on you. You can't really plan for these things, and you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to have control over the when and the how it happens. You're supposed to allow it just to flow into your life naturally, like when a turtle comes up to you. Like yesterday, I had multiple turtles just, hovering around a friend of mine while we were at the beach, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. You never know when they're going to come up. So, it just sneaks up on you. Spirit. All right, so let's find out one more card. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? Oh, I swear, these masculines are jumpy tonight. I'm coming back soon, okay? I can't make this shit up. This masculine is wanting to go the distance with you. He is calling you back in. He knows that you have been worth the wait. He wants you to forgive him for how long it's take. He realizes he's ready. He is ready to go the distance. We are in the new moon in Gemini, and it is really time for this communication to move forward. I just got goosebumps on that, guys. So I'm really excited for you. Let me know who this is for. Definitely leave a comment. All right. What does the divine feminines want to say to the divine masculine? Divine feminines, what would you like to say to the divine masculine? All right. I have a plan, but you have to trust me. So again, I feel like there's a lot of trust that is expected. The masculines had trust on the bottom of the deck over here on their side. And I think that is something that the divine masculines have had to learn how to do through, learning how to forgive and learn the lesson. So I feel like, the feminine also, because she is working over here on a new life, she also is trying to end tough cycles in her life as well, and she is working on self-love. But you need to trust the divine feminine, because I know for the masculines, trust has been very difficult. Okay, so what else would the divine feminines like to say to the divine masculine? Divine feminines, what would you like to say to the divine masculine? Oh, here we go. They're jumpy too. I'm trying to trust in divine timing, okay? So this is literally all about trust and divine timing. And what does this card say? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. I can't make this stuff up. The divine feminines have been frustrated. I can see that here, especially with the needing to bring love into the situation. Divine feminines are like trying to pay attention to red flags. They need to keep an open mind, recognizing that they deserve love and that they needed to get their stability and their finances in order. And they really needed to learn how to trust and heal as well, okay? And work on their own happiness without someone else being there, learning how to stop and smell the roses and not allowing their entire existence to be all about this divine masculine. I think that it was too tempting to be all wrapped up into this relationship instead of you recognizing that you needed to work on your own life, work on your own happiness, okay? Because that's what you needed. And you needed to work on your own finances and career. So this is really awesome, you guys. Okay. Feminines want the divine masculine to know that they really want to be with them. You know, they have realized that this is their happily ever after. So I want to be with you, divine masculine, is what the divine feminines are saying. And I think that, you know, this separation is trying to come to an end. It is not quite here yet, but we are in the energy of it happening. So there's going to be a wave of some of you guys coming together, okay? And one more card for the divine feminine to the divine masculine. Divine feminines, what do you have to say to the divine masculine? Divine feminines to the divine masculine. Divine feminine. Oh, here we go. All right, guys. I'm not good at communicating my feelings with you. So I think that that has a lot to do with the pay attention to the red flags. I feel like, you know, with this new moon in Gemini, I think that, you know, you guys are missing communicating with one another. So I think that if the divine feminines are a little testy right now, it is a new moon. That's not an excuse, because we do need to control our emotions. But I do feel like, you know, if there is any form of communication that comes about, feminines, I will give you a little bit of word of advice, like really try to ground yourself and communicate from a place of the heart and really bring love into the situation, because I think some of you guys are a little frustrated, and I think that if the masculines do come about, you're kind of wanting to just like shoot them with the bow and arrow, like Jesus, like you know, if looks could kill, it's kind of what I'm thinking. So have some love, have some, you know, trust. Okay, there's two cards here of you guys needing to trust. Same with them or masculines too. I think that you guys need to trust. Also, this person could come into your place of employment. You guys could run into each other at work, because there is two cards here of finances and career. So this person could show up at your work. This could be somebody that you met at work. This could be somebody that you could work with. This is somebody that you could, you know, if when you go the distance and start your new life, I am seeing that you guys could very well be starting a business with one another. So that's really exciting, you guys. Wow, this is a very beautiful reading, you guys. We are finally getting some momentum. So I'm going to go ahead and end this reading here. You guys, I don't want to distort any more of the energy. I think that this is a beautiful place to go ahead and leave off. I want to say thank you for being here. And don't forget, if this sounds like your story and you are interested in a personal reading, please feel free to check the description box down below. You will find my website, thefootstepstopeace.com. And like, share, and subscribe. And you guys, leave a comment. Let me know how this is working out for you. I love it when people let me know and kind of keep me in the loop. It's really exciting for me. So I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Have a wonderful new moon in Gemini. Keep your thoughts very positive, you guys. Imagine yourselves as if you already have it, and go with the flow. Trust in divine timing, and so it shall be. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week, and I will see you again real soon. You take care.